but we want to get started right on time. So welcome everybody to this training. I'm so excited to be sharing with you some of the information that we've been sharing in some of the private trainings with the groups that are making some big runs right now for President Millionaire. And today we're going to really focus specifically on 3 things that will absolutely, if you focus on these 3 things, it will take you wherever you want to go in this business. And looking forward to really giving you guys some basic fundamentals today of exactly how to build this business. What I'm going to share with you is exactly what every leader in our organization has duplicated. It's exactly what we did to make $300,000 in our first 5 months, exactly what we did to go President Millionaire, exactly what Jeff and Lisa did to go president, what Rabu Gary did to go president, what Chris Oliver did to go president, exactly what all of the 30-plus diamonds have done to go diamond and beyond. And we're going to share that with you today so you really know how to build this business the right way. A couple of things, because we are recording this. This is going to go into our team website at teamworldchangers.com. We're continuing to put some great resources there to help you and your team get started the right way. This video will be a part of that getting started process there. But very quick, I want to make sure that everybody is plugged in to the team Facebook group and then plugged into the team Facebook groups of your individual upline leaders as well. So we have a big team Facebook group, World Global Diamonds. And then all of the presidents and above also have their own team Facebook groups as well for some specialized focus there also. So very, very important that you're plugged in. Facebook is the #1 method of communication that we're able to use because the team is growing so rapidly. All of the new announcements, updates, we welcome every new person. You can add all your team members to the group, give them an official welcome post. You can put their picture in there, tag them in the picture after you add them to the group. And the team is going to show them a bunch of love and just welcome them to the family. So definitely want to make sure that you are plugged into that Facebook group. So guys, I'm real excited to really come from the heart today. I believe that this training is the most important training that we've done to date. And it's going to play a major role in your success in this business. And you know, one of the things I want to really share with you up front before we dive into the 3 things, I'm a big believer, and I believe this is what everybody wants. I believe this. I believe everybody on this webinar, this is what you want. I believe everybody or almost everybody in the world, this is what we're really looking for. There's an affirmation that I've had for the last 2 years now, 18 months prior to launching this business. I began to speak this out every day. I began to say this out loud every day. And I believe it's one of the reasons why we were able to seize this opportunity and really be at the right place at the right time. I believe you do get what you believe, and I believe you do get what you picture. You do get what you ask for. And so the affirmation that I began to speak, I believe it's what the majority of people are really looking for in life. And my affirmation was, you know, very specific, but my affirmation was, I get paid millions to be me. Let that resonate for a second. I'm going to say that again. I get paid millions to be me. And hey, if you're alone right now or you don't mind the folks around you hearing you, you might even try just saying that out loud once. Just feel that once. Say, I get paid millions to be me. And I believe that's what people are looking for. And you know, I think deep down inside, we want to be able to build a business, but at the same time, really, truly get to be ourselves, get to be who we are, lead from our strengths, lead from our personality. I think a lot of times in this industry, people have felt a subconscious pressure to be something we're not, to fit into a certain mold, a certain platform, to use certain scripts or way of doing things, maybe to dress a certain way or speak a certain way, to become a certain personality type that really wasn't core to who you are. And I believe for maybe the first time in this industry that we have a system and a product that you can actually build a multi-million-dollar business from the core of who you actually are. Your personality, the way you love people, the way you live your daily life. And there's so many ends of the spectrum. Every one of us is such a unique fingerprint. And I believe the greatest power, the greatest posture when it comes to success, attracting people into your business, into your life, I think transferring belief into others comes from authenticity. When we are real, when we're authentic, when we're really operating in the flow of our truest self, that's where we're most alive. And that's where great things really begin to take place. And so, as we talk today about you beginning to move towards diamond and beyond, I want to really just give you permission to say, we're here to help you be the best you that you can be. I don't want you to be like me. Jeff Giamolva doesn't want you to be like him. Rabu Gary doesn't want you to be like him. We want you to be you. And we want you to really find your place and find the freedom and the empowerment. And our job today on this webinar, as we talk about these 3 steps, is to really help you find your flow and find your rhythm in business from the authentic you. Because everybody's personality is different. And everybody's strengths is different. And quite frankly, everybody's drivers and our motivations are different. And so you're going to take action for a very different set of reasons than maybe what I take action for. And what motivates me to jump out of bed in the morning and build this business may not be what motivates you. And the things that I say on a phone call or the words that I use in a text message may be very different than your particular approach to the people that are in your network. And so as we go through this today, I just really wanted to preface that. I hope every person on this call will adopt that affirmation, because I think it'll bring great life to you. I get paid millions to be me. I think, that's a reason why a lot of folks get frustrated with corporate America, because, oftentimes you're fulfilling a role at a job that causes you to, compress yourself into a certain role and certain definition and certain functionality that isn't necessarily 100% core to who you are as a person. And so to be able to build a business like this, and I think this is really a sense of freedom to say, we want you to be you. And I believe that in being you, there's not a single dream and a single goal that you have that you can't attain. I don't believe that we would be given dreams, and I don't believe that we would be given goals and pictures for what we want out of our life if it meant we then had to become somebody else in order to achieve those goals. I believe the goals that you've been downloaded with, the dreams and desires of your heart that you've been downloaded with, are in alignment with the personality that you've been born with, the person that you are. Now, it doesn't mean we don't grow, right? It doesn't mean we don't grow and we develop and we focus and develop those strengths to new levels. And that's certainly an incredible part of the journey. We grow, and certainly growth will create change in our life. But I'm talking about the very core of who you are as a person. What excites you? What makes you come alive inside? What makes you really feel connected to other people? What makes you really feel like you're hitting on all cylinders, that you're really giving your best gift to this world? And that's really what it comes down to. Our best gift to this world is the gift of us being us. That's your best gift. Your best gift is you being you. And the moment we try to be somebody we're not, and we try to give that, we're really not giving our most powerful self. So if you want tremendous success in life and in business, give yourself total and complete freedom to say, and permission to say, who I am is good enough. The dreams that I've been given are in alignment with who I am as a person, and I can build this business to the very top by being true to who I am as an individual. And we want to celebrate that, and we want to empower that. So let's dive in and talk about the 3 things that we're doing to really, truly create this momentum. And here's what you can always count on from us. You can always count on, we're going to keep it real. We're not going to tell you we're doing something that we're not doing. We're not going to be doing something and not tell you about it. Everything I share with you today is exactly what every single leader in this organization has duplicated. And it's exactly, in my opinion, the fastest and best way for you to get to the top. Let me say this way. It is actually, I believe, more important how you reach a goal than the actual goal that you reach. I believe that. I believe that reaching the goal is not as important as how you reach the goal. Because, ladies and gentlemen, people aren't impressed with the success story unless you can show them how to do it. In network marketing, the number one question we get, number one question Jeff Giamolva gets, the number one question Rabu and Chris Oliver and myself and the other presidents and above and diamonds and above on the team get is how did you do it? How did you do it? That's what people want to know. How did you do it? And one of the reasons why we launched this business 5 months ago with a system and followed that system to a T is because we knew that it would duplicate. The last thing you want to do is win the battle, but lose the war. In other words, win a short-term goal, but miss out on the big goal. The big goal is complete and total financial freedom. The big goal is duplication in your organization. The big goal is helping many, many, many other people win as big as we're going to help you win. That's the war. The battle, we don't want to just win the battle. We want the big goal to be accomplished as well. And that's why systems are so important, because it duplicates within your organization. And so in this business, we really have a special opportunity because our product lends itself to you and I getting out of the way. And that's what we're going to talk about here today is how to really utilize the system to accomplish the results that you're looking to accomplish. So step one, the very first thing, and I believe that a person could literally focus on this one thing. I believe they could focus on this one thing and make it big in this business. Now, if you can implement number 2 and number 3 that we're going to talk about, you'll make it to the very top and you'll make it there even faster. But if you just mastered and implemented this one thing, you're going to see your business go through the roof. And this first thing we're going to talk about is what every single new person, every single one of us that have been in this business from day one are focused on a daily basis. And that is it. This is it. Getting people to take a look. That's it. And teaching your team to do the same thing. I spend a lot of time talking to network marketers. One of the things that myself and your upline presidents and above are very available to do and very excited to do is connect with different network marketers that may be looking at our opportunity. Folks that have maybe made 6 or 7 figures a year in this industry, or traditional business owners, people of influence that are big thinkers. They want to make $1 million a year. That's their mindset. That's what they're ready for. They have circles of influence. And we talk to those leaders a lot. And do you know our answer to those leaders is exactly the same as a brand new person who maybe is getting into business for the very first time in their life? And they ask us all the time, what are you guys doing? What are you doing to break the records? And here is my answer. We are getting people to take a look. And I challenge them. I say, if you think I'm not telling you the full story, go get 20 people to take a look. Test it. Go get 20 people to take a look. And watch what happens if you go get 20 people to take a look. And sometimes those leaders are going out and they're calling some of their network and they're going, all right, will you take a look at this 2-minute video and give me your feedback. And they're testing the waters. And they're blown away when those people come back and go, John, Mary, Bob, this is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this. When we talk to top leaders, our advice and our conversation with them is all we are doing is getting people to take a look at the 2-minute video and teaching the team to do the same thing. And if I'm talking to a brand new person that's never done network marketing, never owned a business, saying, what do I do? It's the same answer. The answer is all you have to do is get people to take a look. And we're watching it happen across the board. I've got to share a great story with you because they're on the webinar this morning. They just launched 2 or 3 weeks ago with us, Ken and Sandy out of Arkansas. So Ken and Sandy were on the phone with Leroy and Colette. And they were talking. They've been in a business together for many, many years. They've all made a lot of money together. And Leroy said to Ken, he said, you know, Ken asked him, so man, what's going on these days? And they were bouncing some ideas around. And he said, well, Ken, he said, I got to tell you, I just pulled the trigger on something. And he said, Ken, I think you need to take a look at this 2-minute video. But here's what he said. He said, but I'm warning you. If you and Sandy watch the video, it's going to mess you up. And of course, Ken and Sandy said, well, we got to watch the video. Now they've watched the 2-minute video and they texted back or called him back. And, you know, like a good Arkansas country boy, Ken said, Leroy, you dirty bird. It messed him up and he started losing sleep. And these are top money earners, top leaders in network marketing that weren't even looking for a new opportunity. But somebody got them to take a look. And guess what happened, ladies and gentlemen? They went diamond their first week. And again, last week, their second week went diamond again. 2 weeks back to back, week 1 and week 2, they went diamond. Leroy and Colette went double diamond as a result of that. They got them to take a look. It happens across the board. My brother-in-law is not a network marketer, but he's owned insurance agency. He's been in business. Now he's a pastor. And he's sold all of his insurance businesses. He's focusing on being a pastor. But he said, I want to do something on the side. He took a look. He took a look. And he said, this is the best thing that I've ever seen. And you know what he did? I didn't even know this. He called me 2 days ago. He goes, all right, bro, I'm ready to join. I said, great, man. Well, what happened? He said, well, I got some friends, you know, some friends of mine. I took 20 of them. And I said, well, y'all do me. He's from Oklahoma. He's country too, just like Ken. He talks slower than I do. And he said, well, y'all take a look at this and just tell me if you think this is a good idea. And he had 20 people take a look, and 20 people said, this is an amazing idea, Sam. This is amazing. What do we got to do to get one? And he called me 2 days ago and said, all right, this is going to work. He got people to take a look. And now his business is off and running. I want to invite one of the presidents to come online right now, an incredible friend of mine, and Jeff Giammalva and Lisa Giammalva are absolutely crushing it. But they're here today because they took a look. And I just want you to hear their story. And then we're going to talk a little bit about how to get people to take a look. But I would love for you to hear their story today and just how sharing the video helped them explode their business, literally went president right out of the gate, their first pay cycle in the business, their first week cycle in the business, went president, have diamond after diamond after diamond after diamond after diamond now in their organization. Double diamonds, grand diamonds. They're about to break their very first president this week from the videos. So, Jeff, I know you guys have a lot going on right now personally, and my condolences to you and your family, man. I was surprised to see you on here, but thankful that you were able to make it. And man, if you just share with the group, bro, what these videos are doing for your team, brother.
Hey, guy. Hey, everybody. Hey, man, you packed this out, Jeremy. Almost 500 people. That's amazing. So, hey, everybody. As you know, a lot of you have heard from us, but I think it's very important that the story that we always share whenever we do a presentation, and that was this. And then I'll talk about what we do. You know, 5 months ago, Lisa and I were not looking for an opportunity. 5 months ago, we were building our primary company, and we were their top earners and top producers. And one day when I was working out at the gym, I received a text message from this gentleman, Mr. Jeremy Roma. And every time I tell this story, everybody says, what did the text message say? What did it say, Jeff? And I always show them. And here's what the text message said. It said, hey, bro, hope all is well with you and Lisa. I see you're killing it in your primary business, but I want to share with you something I'm very excited about. And if you would you please take a look and watch this 2-minute video? And because of my respect that I have for Mr. Jeremy Roma, Lisa and I went home and we took a look. And we were so intrigued because it was so different. It led to Jeremy doing his follow-up, which gave us more information. Long story short, 5 weeks later, we left our primary company and we went president because we got other people to take a look. And there's really not much more to say except for what Jeremy is teaching is exactly what we do every day. And I'm going to share with you one thing. We have yet to do a meeting, and we've been involved, a live meeting. We have yet to do a live meeting, and we've been involved for 5 months. If I was in someone's hotel room, that didn't sound very good. If I was in someone's living room or in a hotel conference room doing meetings, we weren't making money. We have yet to do a live meeting because all we do is share that video. So if that's not a testimonial, I don't know what is. So Jeremy, I thank you for that text and getting me and Lisa to take a look.
Absolutely. And guys, the story about the story, and I love this, is Lisa really one that jumped in initially because Jeff was in the middle of a build with some other business projects. And I remember that. I remember Lisa sending out her first 100. She was in beast mode on the text messages, texting and texting and texting and texting. And it was just incredible to see that and see what you guys did, literally just duplicating that system. And you know, John Maxwell says it this way. He said, John Maxwell says the number one leadership principle in the whole world. It's a big statement from John Maxwell. The number one leadership principle in the whole world is that people do what people see. Man, if you let that sink in, oh my goodness, people do what people see. Why is Jeff and Lisa sharing the 2-minute video? Because it was shared with them. Why are all the diamonds in the organization starting their business by sharing the video? Because somebody shared it with them. People do what people see. And that's what I meant earlier when I said it's more important how you reach your goals. Because that's what people are going to duplicate. That's what people are going to do. See, there's 3 questions that every person is asking subconsciously. 3 questions that every person is asking subconsciously. Anytime they take a look at an opportunity, they're asking themselves, number 1, can I do this? It's going on in the back of their brain. Can I do this? Number 2, they're asking, do I want to do this? In other words, is it fun? Is is this something that I want to do? Is it comfortable? Or do I got to become the weird salesman? Do I got to become the pushy friend? Do I got to become, see, a lot of people look at opportunities, they go, yeah, of course money can be made. They never argue. No one will ever say, oh, that opportunity will never work. Very few people don't believe the opportunity is possible. I don't care what company it is. Very, very, very few people actually disbelieve it's possible. What's really going on in their back of their mind with opportunities, and that's why our opportunity is so special, is they're asking the question, can I do it? And they go, oh my gosh, I can do this. It's easy. All they did was send me a video. Then they say, do I want to do it? And they realize, man, this is fun. This is easy. This is easy. Anybody can do this. It's easy to do. It's natural. I'm not selling anything. And they go, yes, I want to do this. And the third question they're asking is, do I have the time? Do I have the time to do it? Can I do it? Do I want to do it? And do I have the time to do it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if we do this the right way, you never have to answer those questions because those questions are answered automatically in the process. When you send the video out and they watch the video, they go, holy cow, I can do that. When they see you having fun and interacting on social media and recognition posts and all things, they go, man, this is awesome. This looks fun. I want to do. You mean I can actually work from home? I want to do that. And they say, wow, I have the time. This is not something that's going to take, I'm not going to have to get babysitters and commit 5 nights a week and fly all over the world and book hotels and be at meetings. And they say, this is something I actually have the time to do. I made my first $100,000 my first 60 days here without any meetings. Without any meetings. Now, I like to travel now. When we break diamonds in new markets, I love to go and do training and build relationship with the team. And there's certainly a place for high touch too. There's a place for it. Do you know how amazing it is to watch this organization grow to over 10,000 people in 4 months without meetings? From home, a home-based business, we have 491 people. We got room for 8 more people on the webinar this morning. You better text somebody. We got room for 8 more before we're maxed at 500. We got 500 people learning how to get rich. And Jeff's got his baseball cap on backwards. I'm in a hotel room in Houston, Texas. And let me find Rabu. Let's see where Rabu's at this morning. Look, Rabu's got his green pajama t-shirt on, sitting out there in his office in New Jersey. I want to bring Rabu onto the line right now because, guys, as we talk about number one a little bit, because I believe of everything we're going to talk about today, number one's the most important. And I'm going to give you some how-tos, and we're going to talk about a couple nuggets on this. But Rabu Gary is the number one personal enroller in the entire company since the launch of the Helo. Rabu, I know last I checked it was over 200. I don't know what the exact number is now.
It's 202.
202. 202 personal enrollment. Hasn't done meetings, hasn't done presentations, sent out the text messages, utilized social media, and Rabu will tell you, he's going to share with you right now some of the things he's doing, but Rabu literally has focused his energy on getting people to take a look. So Rabu, congrats, man. I know you're having the biggest week yet in your business. Congratulations on that. And unbelievable, man, the numbers that you shared with me. Congrats. And 202 person. That's over twice what I did, guys. He's enrolled more than twice the amount of people that I've enrolled into this business. So let's pay attention. And Rabu, share with us what you're doing, man, to get those results, brother.
Well, thanks, man. And I know you guys are going to have a great time in Houston today. And to Jeff and Lisa, you know, you are family to us. So our condolences go out to you as well, man. So be strong for the family. Yeah, man, it's amazing, man. It's funny. I was talking with my friends the other day, and, you know, he said, man, every time I talk to you, you just say it's crazy. I said, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have any vocabulary to explain what's going on right now. I really don't. And you're right, Jeremy. I'm out there just activity. I was on the line last night with, you know, Paul Belinsky and one of his new guys who just joined the team. You know, and he was asking me some questions. The same thing you said. People asking how. And, you know, I really thought about this because I didn't want to, you know, steer them in the wrong direction. I said, man, it's just a lot of activity. And in the past, you know, leaders would say, oh, yeah, there's a lot of activity. They wouldn't give specifics, but we can give you specifics. Is getting that darn 2-minute video in front of people. If you don't do nothing else, but get that 2-minute video in front of people, you're going to explode. You know, all of our mentors, for those who have been in the network marketing industry for a while, we all love this gentleman named Jim Rohn, God rest his soul. You know, Jim Rohn would always say, talk to 10, get 1. Talk to 10, get 1. Talk to 10, get 1. Let me tell you something. I believe that for eon. I believe that for years. It has finally been broken. You talk to 10 here, you might get 3. And I'm sure Jeff, at least Jeremy, you guys, and Chris Oliver can attest to that. We've never seen anything like this, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. It's amazing. And what I'm doing, if you want to know specifically what I'm doing, and now I'm increasing my activity more because I have a goal now, a big goal, before I hit $100,000 a month, and that'll be pretty much done this month. Before I hit $100,000 a month, I want to recruit 300 people. So I got 98 more folks to go. So I'm increasing my activity. Okay. That doesn't mean, you know, I'm doing more meetings. I'm doing a meeting today, Jeremy. It's my third meeting since ever, but all of them have been travel. And the reason why I'm doing a meeting today in northern New Jersey, Guys, this is open to anybody who wants to come because we're launching in the Philippines. And I know Jeremy will talk about that. We have a large Philippine group in New Jersey. So I'll be with them today and hanging out with them and just having some fun, if nothing else. But it's the activity, man. Today, just today. So I woke up this morning and, I like the little Fox News video. Maybe you'll talk a little bit about that. I use my capture page system, my Helo.life one, rg.helo.life. And you can go into your back office, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure that little Fox News thing is showing first when people go. I blasted that out today to 586 people, okay? And then I blasted another 692 people. I'm not playing. Like, it's too easy. And I hate to simplify this thing. And I know some folks don't want to hear it's easy, but it's easy. I said this recently to one of my friends. He said, well, yeah, you've been in this industry for 16 years. I said, yeah, I sacrificed very, very hard for 15 of them. Extremely hard. And while I don't want to take your journey away from you, you're not going to have to sacrifice like Jeff and Lisa Giamova did. You're not going to have to sacrifice like Jeremy Roma did. You're not going to have to sacrifice like Chris Oliver since the ACN days did way back in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, if you blast out this 2-minute video, if you get all your marketing materials out there too, today on my way to Northern New Jersey, I'm going to be giving out some business cards. I'm going to be giving out some flyers. I'm just telling you like it is. I do it all because I need more eyeballs looking at the 2-minute commercial. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It then just takes care of itself. And so I wish I had this elaborate training. I wish I could, go into all this in-depth stuff, but I can't. And I'm glad that we can't because this thing is happening so virally. And for those who are overthinking this, it's slowing them down. I'm like, man, don't just talk. Just get the video out there. Just try it out for size. And so I know Jeremy's going to talk about launching folks and things of that nature. But guys, this is what I'm doing. I'm talking on social media about Helo and World Global Network. I'm passing out flyers. Whenever I get a chance, someone gets a business card. I'm just telling you like it is. And now we have some new brochures. I'm going to be giving out brochures too. Whatever I can do to get eyeballs looking at this 2-minute video, that's all I'm doing. Let the chips fall where they may. So back to you, sir. I appreciate the time.
Awesome, my man. Appreciate you. And guys, see, to get access to some of those tools, you can go back to you can go to teamworldchangers.com. The online capture system is helo.life. There's a totally free page at helo.life that anybody can use. It's got all the videos there. And then you can also get a customized capture page where they can put their name and email in, and it sends them auto responders. They can actually buy the product through your funnel and that type of thing. By the way, we're uploading. We just uploaded the new Fox News video. So one of the capture page options now from your back office is that Philadelphia Fox 29. When they go to the landing page, they can watch that video. Then they click to learn more information. That's now updated. We have a beautiful, beautiful new design that's rolling out in the next 72 hours as well. Same content, but even a better design. You're going to absolutely just love how the site keeps getting better and better. But helo.life is a phenomenal, phenomenal tool. If you're working with if you're in the organization of a president or above, like Lisa and Jeff Giamova, you can get a link from them directly. If you're working with Rabu or myself, you can go directly to helo.life.com. That's fine. But we want to make sure that you're linking to your uplines because we're tracking those numbers in the president organizations. But guys, that helo.life system is where it's at. This is what Chad and Natita are using. This is what all the president millionaires in North America are using. We're converting the system right now to 10 different languages as well. So this is going to be a global system. So some really, really exciting things are happening. And then to get your printed material, you go to worldgnmarketing.com. worldgnmarketing.com. You get business cards and brochures, flyers, banners, all of that there at worldgnmarketing.com. Again, the online system is www.helo.life. And for the brochures and printed material, it's worldgnmarketing.com. By the way, guys, all of that information is on the team website and in the Facebook groups. You can ask those questions, but the team website is teamworldchangers.com. You can set up your back office, learn how to set up your direct deposits, how to enroll a new person. All the tutorial videos are there, how to get started the right way at teamworldchangers.com. So step number one, guys, step number one is get people to take a look and teach your team to do the same. And here's the biggest nugget I'm going to give you when it comes to getting people to take a look. Now, if you go to teamworldchangers.com and you go to the Getting Started section, there's a document you can download that has scripts and stuff in it. You're more than welcome. Those scripts work. I use them. For example, one of the scripts says, have you seen this 2-minute video yet? Fox News says it's the next big thing. Would love your feedback. And then you put your link, www.roma.helo.life, whatever your link is, and you send that out. So that's a great script to use. I love that script. But with that being said, let me also say that it's okay to put your personality to it as well. For example, when Jeff sends out a text message, a lot of times he'll say, hey, brother. Not if he's sending it to a lady, but if he's sending it to one of his guy friends, he'll say, hey, brother. You know, Lisa's notorious for, hey, girl, hey, you know, that's her personality. So you can be yourself. You can totally be yourself in the communication process. You know, Leroy, like I said earlier, when he sent it to Ken, he said, I'm warning you, you might lose sleep tonight. I'm warning you, this will mess you up. You know, some people say this will change the way you see things. I got some folks on a team sending out text messages because of their relationships and their influence. They're just saying, girl, you have got to watch this. Call me after. That's simple. In other words, be you. Be yourself. Now, what you don't want to do is oversell. You don't want to come in and, you know, you don't want it to be a 4-page text where you're trying to give them the presentation before the presentation. The goal of the invite is to get them to take a look. Now, text messaging is one option. I'm actually old school. I love the phone call. There are people in my network that I knew the phone call was the right thing for them because I had talked to them for a while. We have a very high level relationship. We talk a lot about business, and I needed to get on the phone with them and have a conversation. There's some people you're going to call, and in the conversation, in the conversation, you got to check out this 2-minute video. I found something. You got to check out this 2-minute video. I'd love your feedback on it. And phone calls. And then social media. Social media has 2 aspects. One is private messaging, very similar to text messaging, right? Private messaging, reach out, create the invite. I recommend on social media, don't just lead with the invite. If it's someone you haven't talked to in a while, what I recommend doing is going to their Facebook page, looking at some recent posts that they have, and then sending them a private message that's personal to them. So maybe they put a picture of them and the kids, around the, here in Louisiana, Mardi Gras season, right? And so there's a picture of them and the family. So maybe you send them a Facebook message, hey, I love the picture of you and the kids, at the Mardi Gras festival. They're getting so big. And open up some conversation with them. And then, of course, in that conversation, you have an opportunity to say, look, something came across my lap, something came across my desk that I'm excited about. Have you seen this 2-minute video yet? So private messaging on social media, and then, of course, actual posts on social media as well. On the team website, teamworldchangers.com, Rabu did a great training video on how he's using videos like Facebook Live. I don't do Facebook Live a lot, but I'll record a video of myself and I'll post it on Facebook. You can put pictures of the Fox News with a link to your site. You can put pictures of the Helo with a link to your site. Anytime there's a new rank advancement on the team, you ought to put it on your Facebook wall and congratulate them. Congratulations, Ken and Sammy, on reaching diamond with their diamond rank advancement post, because people see that recognition and they want to know more. Of course, always put your link in there so your warm market can see that. So social media is another outlet. But guys, I promise you, if you will just focus on getting people to take a look, and here's the beauty of it, I made a decision in the beginning of this business that I was going to spend zero energy on resistance. Our goal is not to get them in. Our goal is not to get them to see it. Our goal is not to get them to catch the vision. Either they see it or they don't. Either it excites them and they want more information, or it doesn't and it's not for them. But because our product is so dynamic, we don't have to sell. We don't have to convince. And when I feel resistance, I let it go. I say, hey, they're not ready yet. And I just work the numbers. I get enough people to see the video, because I'm telling you, when you find the ones that do see it, they're ready to rock and roll with you. And it's been so freeing to come into this business and say, I'm going to spend zero energy on resistance. And it's allowed us to attract people that really see the vision of where we're going. So that's my invitation to you, is to really work the numbers and just look for those who get excited. And that's when this thing really gets fun. So step one is getting people to take a look. Now, step two. In step two, I'm going to show you how to put your business on steroids. Step two is not something you're going to execute by yourself. Not yet. Step two is something you're going to do with the leaders in your upline. Because step two really requires a third-party person, and it requires somebody who's had some success already in this business, some credibility, someone who can really nail a presentation and that type of thing. But here's what step two is. And there's two groups of people for step two. Step two is a private launch webinar. However, there's a good probability, I'm going to pull a number out of the hat, but there's a good probability that 90% of people on this webinar today are not in the category for a private launch webinar. And guess what? That's okay. We have people that have gone diamond, many in our group that have gone diamond, who never did their own launch webinar because they didn't necessarily have the immediate circle of influence to say, I can get 10 to 20 or more people on a launch webinar. And these are people that have watched the 2-minute video. They're going to follow the leader. The leader says, guys, we're launching a project. I need you to get on a webinar, 9 o'clock Thursday night. My business partner is going to be sharing this information about the 2-minute video you saw. You got to be on there. And they can get 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 people to get together for a private webinar, not a team webinar, a private webinar where that leader hosts, welcomes everybody. Hey, what's up, John? Thanks for joining. What's up, man? Introduce the guest speaker. And then the guest speaker does a launch webinar. They do the presentation, but geared around that specific leader who is launching. The launch webinar is not for the everyday person. It's not for the masses. The launch webinar is for a person of influence. Now, they could be maybe a network marketer, but they could also be a traditional business person. They could be a pastor, a community leader, a coach, someone who says, hey, I can rally the troops and I can get 10 or more people guaranteed on a private launch webinar. But the play for you, whether you're in the category now, if you have not yet done a private launch webinar and you say, hey, that's me, I can get 20 people on a webinar, when can we get this done? Then you need to reach out to your upline right now. After this webinar, reach out to your upline leader that you're working with, diamond or above, and say, we have got to schedule a webinar. So if you are on this webinar today and you say, I am that guy, I am that girl, I want to do a launch webinar, get with your upline leader and let's get that launch webinar scheduled. The reality is the majority of people typically are not in that category. And someone says, well, how do I know if I'm in that category or not? Here's my easy answer. If the thought of doing one scares you, you're not in that category. And if the thought of doing one excites you, you're in that category. See, the leaders that are in that space, in that zone, they're like, oh, I got this. You're telling me I can get 20 people on a webinar and Jeff Giamalvo will present, Rabu Gary will present, Jeremy Rome will present. I can get 20 people on a webinar and somebody else will help launch us? Absolutely. I'll pack it out. If somebody says 20 people on a webinar in 72 hours, I don't know if I can do that. Then you're probably not the person to do a launch webinar. But watch this. Number 2 still applies to you. Here's what I mean. You're going to have people that start to show up in your group who qualify for a launch webinar. And one of the most powerful things that can happen for you is you find leaders in your group who can put 10 or 20 or 50 or 100 people on a launch webinar, and your upline leader goes down, works in depth, builds a relationship with that leader, and launches them under you. Think about the magic of how that can happen for you. As a leader shows up in your group, you can say something like this. Say, hey, I was talking to one of the top leaders that I'm working with, and they said, if I ever found someone in our group who wants to get to $10,000 a month fast, that I should connect you directly to them. And I think because of your success in business, or because you're a pastor, because of your influence, I think you ought to talk with them personally, because they may be able to really help you launch your business. Now think about that a second. What if you had a leader on your left team and a leader on your right team who said, I want to launch? And your upline leadership did the launch webinars. Guys, I've done as many as 14 launch webinars in a single day. 14 in a single day. Every rank advancement that we went from president to double president, from double president to presidential millionaire, we were launching. And what happens is the leaders have been launching. Jeff Giamoldi, Rabu Gary, Chris Oliver, many of the diamonds and above in the group. There's nothing we want more than to be launching new leaders in this business. Now, guys, I'll typically do one launch webinar for a person. They get one shot, because once we launch them, guess what? They're a leader. They're going to take it and begin to run. So we're looking for a leader that can take advantage of that opportunity, fill up a webinar, pack it out with some people, and we'll help them launch to diamond. Imagine if you launched a leader on your left and a leader on your right who both went diamond. Do you know what that means? If you have a diamond on your left and a diamond on your right, do you know that that's $4,000 a week to you, just in the binary, not counting check match? One diamond on the left, one diamond on the right, $4,000 a week is what you make just in the binary. So maybe there's some of you right now who go, I want to launch. I want to do a launch webinar. Ken and Sandy did a launch webinar. I think it was 2 nights ago. We did it for them. They had 112 people on the launch webinar. It was the biggest launch webinar that I've done to date. I've done other launch webinars with 10 to 15 people. I've done launch webinars with 10 to 15 people. Launching leaders is the name of the game. And so whether you are the person to do the launch webinar, or you find some leaders in your group who you can plug in with your upline leaders, that's how you take advantage of your leaders' time. That's how they can benefit you. The role of your upline leaders is not to answer questions about, how much does shipping cost, and what's the email address to customer service. Go to teamworldchangers.com. All those questions are there. The way your leader can serve you is by helping you break through financially. And the way they can do that is by either launching you in this business and or helping you launch some leaders that start to show up in your organization. So remember I said earlier that the name of the game is to be yourself? Well, there's a reason why people hit diamond and above. Because they're resonating at a high level of belief. Well, when you got someone who's resonating at a high level of belief, and their goal is to help serve you, they want you to win big. You want to utilize their time in the most effective way possible. So if I have a Jeff Giamoldi in my upline, my question to Jeff Giamoldi is not going to be a small question. If I can find the answer myself, I'm finding it myself. Chad and Atita are my sponsor. When I reach out and ask for Chad and Atita's help in my business, it's not to answer a question that I can find my own answer to. It's because I want to do a 3-way call with a leader, or I want them to be a part of a launch webinar for a new leader. I'm going to strategically use their strengths to help me build my business. And I'm inviting you, we as a team of leaders are inviting you to use our strengths to help you build your business. And part of that is the launch calls. As you identify leaders in your group that have the potential to launch with a private webinar, get them in touch with your upline leaders. Text your upline leader, say, I've got a leader that can launch. When can we do a 3-way? we will jump on that phone call and schedule a webinar and show them how to do it the right way. And of course, 3-way calls with those leaders as well. And if you have the potential, the ability, the capacity to do a launch webinar and you haven't done one yet, I invite you to get with your upline leader. Now, one last thing on the launch webinar, it doesn't have to be a one-man show. So I'm doing launch webinars every day this week for different leaders we're launching right now, first-time webinars. But they have a group of people that have already started with them. They got 5 or 6 leaders, 10 leaders that have joined. They've watched the videos. It's a launch team. There's a leader who's leading the group, but there's a group of leaders working with them. So when we do some of these launch webinars, it's not one person necessarily inviting. Sometimes there might be one on their left, one on the right, 3 people inviting, 5 people inviting, 10 people inviting, a core group that says, let's do a team launch webinar together. So you may be able to rally some people in your group and say, let's do a launch webinar together. And again, pull in your upline leadership to help with that. So step number 1, again, guys, is getting people to take a look and teaching others to do the same. Step number 2 is very simple. Get with your upline leaders. When you find leaders in your group that have what it takes to launch, pull us in, let us serve. And if you're able to do a launch webinar, let's get that scheduled as well. Those launch webinars will accelerate your business. Now, eventually, you're going to be doing them. When you get to Diamond and beyond, you will be doing launch webinars for the people in your organization. But right now, we want to help you get that done. And then step number 3 is promoting events. Promoting events. And this is what took us to President Millionaire. When we found out that Nat and Shanita were going to be in California, flew in from Thailand, they were going to be with Chad and Natita, seeing their grandkids, we said, can we please get an event? Can we get a Saturday event? We will bring people. And we got together with all the leaders in the organization. They gave us a date, and we had a good turnout. We had, out of the 400 or 500 people that were there, close to 300 were from this organization. Now, at that time, I was a double president. Just double president, 100,000 points a week in the pay leg. We had the event. 250, 300 people showed up. The following week, we went to Dubai for the Diamond event. While we were in Dubai for 5 days, all the leaders were there. So none of us were doing webinars or calls or anything. So we were in Dubai together. We were having the biggest week that we had ever had. And at the end of the week, I said, let me just see how the volume's doing. And I looked at the volume, and I was like, oh my goodness, we are halfway to President Millionaire, and we've been out of town. We were not even working the business. We were at the Diamond event across the world. But because we had so many people at the event, momentum started to perpetuate. And so we said, you know what, let's make this the week, the run. We came out of Dubai. We went all in as a team of leaders. And as a team, we broke records that week. We didn't just do 250,000 points for President Millionaire on our pay leg. We did 312,000 points. Blew past President Millionaire. And the reason is because we promoted the event. We promoted the event. So I want you to think about this a second. I had, let's call it 250 people. President Millionaire is 250,000 points in your pay leg. What that means is you can add 1,000 for every person that you get to the event. You can add 1,000 points. So if your goal, for example, is to go Diamond, if you have 10 people on the left and 10 people on the right at the next event, Diamond's done. If your goal is to go double Diamond, it's 20,000 points on the left, 20,000 points on the right, and that's your goal, then get 20 people to the next event on the left and 20 people to the next event on the right. Your goal is president, get 50 on the left and 50 on the right, get 100 people to come to the next event, and so on. And for us, it was 250 people that created 250,000 points. You can count on 1,000 points for every person you get to the big event. And you can literally calculate the growth of your business through those numbers. So I challenge you. We have a massive event coming up at the end of May in Bangkok, Thailand. We have 90 days, almost 90 days to prepare for that. March and all of March and April, most of May. You can absolutely get there. You can get, literally, there's a promo going on right now. You can get your hotel, 2 meals a day. The event is only $25. Hotel and 2 meals a day for $300. And then, of course, whatever your plane ticket is, and you can get some really, really good prices on plane tickets right now, under $1,000 round trip to Bangkok, Thailand. I hope not only will you be there, but I hope you will invite every person in your organization and promote that event. Because if you'll come and be a part of the corporate worldwide event, and of course, we're going to have team events happening all around that event that week, your business is going to explode. Promoting the events, but promoting events like this webinar, promoting events like the daily calls at 10 a.m. Pacific time and 6 p.m. Pacific time. Those are live events that you can promote. Promoting the trainings that we do, promoting anytime there's an event, start becoming a great promoter. The more your people plug into the events, the more momentum that you're going to create. So here's what I want to do. I don't ever like leading a training where we deliver some information without an action. And I believe in this particular conversation, the best action we can have right now, the best action is accountability. So here's what I'm going to ask everybody to do. You're working with an upline leader. You have somebody in your upline who's a diamond, or someone in your upline who's a president, somebody who you've been, in their Facebook groups, or they're an upline leader that you have. And if you don't know who that is, you can certainly find out. But we want to know what you're committed to. You can go to the Facebook groups, and you can post this in the Facebook groups if you want to do that as well. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. We're going to ask you to, number one, send them a message, and post on Facebook too if you'd like, but definitely send a private message, text or Facebook, and say, I'm committed to Diamond. Number one, let them know I'm committed to Diamond. I'm committed to Diamond. Number two, I'm committed to sharing the videos with, and you fill in the blank, how many people this week. You pick the number. I'm committed to sharing the videos with 100 people this week, whatever your number is. If you're a person who says, I'm ready for a launch webinar, include in that text message, let's schedule a webinar. Include in the message, let's schedule a webinar. And if you're committed to coming to Thailand, include in that text message, I'll see you in Thailand. And if you have a goal to bring some people, and say, and I'll have 10 people with me. Now, one of the leaders can type this in the chat box so everybody knows kind of what you can text here, and we'll leave that up. But what were those things again? Number one, say I'm committed to going Diamond. Number two, I'll send out blank amount of text this week. If you're in the webinar category, say I'll do a private webinar. Say let's schedule a webinar. And number four, I'll see you in Thailand with 10 people. Or I'll see you in Thailand, whatever it is. And send that out to your leaders, because what that lets us know is it lets us know you're here, lets us know you're engaged, and it lets us know you've made a decision to really, truly go Diamond and beyond. You're ready to take the action steps. And that lets your leader know absolutely that you're somebody in the organization that is really ready to take this business to the next level. Accountability is powerful. And so I'm going to invite you to send a message out to your upline leaders. I would suggest diamonds or above. There may be a bunch of people in between you, and that's awesome. But I would suggest diamonds and above. Send them a message on Facebook, text message, and let your upline leaders know that you're committed to going Diamond. You're committed to sharing blank amount of text this week. If you want to schedule a private webinar, say let's schedule a webinar. And I'll see you in Thailand with 10 people, whatever your number is that you want to shoot for in Thailand. So guys, very, very, very excited about this. We're going to leave. I'm going to stop the recording, but we're going to leave the chat box up for a moment, because I know some websites are being shared there right now. Some of this information is being shared. So everybody can go to the chat box and write down those websites there as well for the marketing tools, the brochures, and those types of things. So Guys, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Love you guys. I'm going to be heading downstairs to knock out a Saturday event here in Houston, Texas with Mr. Chris Oliver. So, guys, really excited. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to everybody real soon.